Satnam. So I'm in Salt Lake City, Utah, and we just had our biggest earthquake we've ever had, 5.7. And for the past hour, people have been calling me, making sure that everyone is okay. And I can feel this like collective conscious of fear that was already really high with the coronavirus, and now in my local community, even higher because of this earthquake. I wanted to hop on and talk a little bit about our nervous systems and a breathing practice we can do that's super, super simple. You could do it anytime, anywhere to help you navigate these different nervous systems. So the first thing to know is that we have these two nervous systems. We have this flight or fight nervous system, and we have this rest and digest nervous system. The flight or fight nervous system, your sympathetic nervous system, this is what helps you like grab your kids when there's an earthquake and get out the door. Or this is what fuels you buying all the toilet rolls, if that was you, when you hear about this virus that's attacking so many people. And this nervous system is for our protection. It's so that if there's an immediate threat, we can respond quickly without needing to think about it too much. But the problem is when we're chronically operating from this nervous system, because it's meant for us just instantly to react, we're not getting the chance for our bodies to do all these other things like digest food, like get good restful sleep, like being able to calm down and see what's really going on. And one of the things that actively stimulates our nervous system and determines which one we're operating from is the way we breathe. There's something called paradoxical breathing. I'll get closer so my kids don't interrupt us too much. Paradoxical breathing, meaning you're breathing the opposite way than you should be breathing, and this way of breathing triggers this flight or fight nervous system. So even if you're like chilling, watching a show, not very nervous at all, just this breathing could be keeping you in this fight or fight nervous system. One way you can tell what nervous system you're in is by checking which nostril air flows through more. So if you breathe through the left nostril, and then through the right, and then whatever one has more air coming through, that's the nervous system you're activating more. So my right one's more open than my left, so I'm coming more from this flight or fight or on alert nervous system than this calm nervous system. And it doesn't mean that we should never be in this flight or fight. A healthy individual will alternate about every hour and a half, and you should be able to tell that by your nostrils, the flow shifting, something to be aware of. Okay, so this paradoxical breathing is when you inhale and you pull your belly in. And I think everyone at some point during their yoga practice realizes that this is how they've been breathing their whole life. So inhale, pull your belly in, exhale, let your belly fall out. That's the opposite way we should be breathing, and that is what's helping keep this kind of adrenaline pumping, cortisol being produced happening in our body. I feel like I learned this a lot through dance or just through trying to look slimmer, of like inhale and pull your stomach in. But really, we have this diaphragm muscle that sits up in the ribs like a dome. And when we breathe fully into our lungs, the diaphragm muscle pulls down, allowing the lungs to inflate, then our belly expands, then our ribs expands, then our chest expands, then up into the collarbone, even the brain, and then we exhale in reverse. So as we exhale, the diaphragm muscle that has inflated down here pulls back up like that dome, and the air gets pushed out of the lungs and the navel draws in and up. So inhale, diaphragm pulls down, lungs inflate, belly expands out. Exhale, the air comes out of the lungs, the diaphragm comes back up, belly pulls in and up. So switching to that breath, one way you can do it is put a hand on your belly and a hand on your heart. Close your eyes. I find it really helpful to observe the distractions, whether they're coming from outside of me or inside of me, and not needing them to change, just acknowledging them, like my kids are in the distance. My mind feels a little active. Nothing needs to change. I'm just aware of it, and I become more spacious to contain it without it overcoming those small distractions, overcoming my whole experience. And then begin to observe what hand moves more when you breathe. So if you're doing this paradoxical breathing, you won't be breathing a ton into your stomach, and you'll be getting a lot of lift through the chest, like. And just breathing like that, it's like giving ourselves a low-grade panic attack throughout the day. And just notice and see if you can inhale, breathe all the way down into your belly, make your belly expand out, and then exhale, let the heart hand drop first, and then pull your belly button into your spine, get taller. Inhale, push your stomach out, forward, side, and back. Push your ribs out, forward, side, and back. Breathe up into your collarbones, and then exhale, belly in and up. This is gonna take a while to find. If you're having a hard time finding it, you can take a blanket roll or a cushion and lay down on your stomach so that the cushion is pushing into your stomach. So you're laying on your belly.
Where's that blanket that I put in my backpack when I went to yoga with you?
The sleeping bag?
No, the blanket.
The orange one? I'm not sure. I'll find it in a second. Okay, I'm making a video. So if you lay down on your belly like this and you breathe instantly, it will help you start breathing into your belly. That's a great thing to learn first. Realize if you're doing paradoxical breathing, start to train yourself to do this long, deep breathing, diaphragmatic breaths. Then you can begin to increase the length of your breath. And you can think about it like a square. So inhale, hold your breath, exhale, hold your breath out. Inhale. Try to get those to be equal. So it doesn't matter how slow you're counting or as fast as you're counting, as long as it's consistent. So it could be like, hold, exhale, hold out, inhale. Doesn't need to be that long or that slow, but getting yourself into this rhythm so that you're choosing what rhythm to be in instead of getting swept up in the magnetism of this collective consciousness of fear. That's the worst thing we can be doing right now, is being reactive to this state of fear.
I needed a lot of chairs, so it's made a pillow, so it's made a fort.
Oh, that's a great idea. Okay?
After you do yoga.
Yeah, I'll be right there. So practice breathing like that. I'll come on and offer some other breathing techniques that are really simple. I'll make a video of just this breathing technique without the introduction or so much of me talking. So stay safe. Do things to keep you calm. Still be loving. Reach out to people. A lot of the phone calls I've been on, people are really feeling the isolation. Schedule a FaceTime coffee date with people. Schedule a FaceTime breath meditation with people. This could be an opportunity for us to be connecting even more than we were when we were in person, and it could be an opportunity for us to really learn skills to keep us calm and healthy during challenges.